Oops. Thank you, Celeste, for letting me know in the comments. The audio was down. Let me repeat all that. First of all, welcome to the 5th annual Met Gala livestream presented by Kennedy C Media. I apologize for the audio. Live streaming is a whole thing, y'all. Really quick before we got into it, I was saying that up until last night, I did not know if I was going to do this live stream. I also said, let me know if the audio is not working. Thank you for letting me know, even though you can hear me. But I did not know if I was going to do this live stream, and I have some wonderful people, including my friend Celeste. Shout out, she's here already in the comments. Thanks for always watching and supporting. Who were asking me, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? And one, because of everybody's support, and two, because I did not realize this year is my 5th annual live stream. I said I have to do it. So this live stream was literally planned today, but it's going to be the best one yet. I am so excited. So first of all, before I get into reacting to outfits and whatnot, please put in the comments any celebrities you would like me to react to, and I will make sure to react to those. I'm going to be going to Vogue and just kind of looking through everything, but if there's specific celebrities you want me to react to their looks, I have not seen anything yet, so do let me know. First, though, I want to go over the theme. Actually, before we get into anything else, a couple disclaimers. Number one, I just want to say I know that there is a lot of controversy, especially this year with the Met Gala. Now, first of all, there's the same thing we hear every year, which is just that it's a little bit dystopian. A lot of people compare it to the Hunger Games, and they're saying this is like the Capitol, the Met Gala, and we are the districts watching from home, and, you know, it's an elitist event, and I totally understand where people are coming from. The other controversy this year is that certain people who are helping organize the event, as well as who have contributed financially to the event, are not the best people morally, and people who have, not treated their workers the best, things like that. I'm not going to get into it too deeply. What I do want to say is that I understand those concerns. I understand those controversies. I understand there's been protests. I heard there was fashion shows today against the Met Gala in New York, and I completely support all of that. But the reason that I'm continuing to do this live stream is because at its core, the Met Gala is a celebration of fashion. It is also a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which, if you've never been, is a beautiful museum. I had the honor of going back in 2018, one of the best exhibits they've ever had, by the way. And it is absolutely beautiful, and I wish every museum had the opportunity to have these fundraisers at the level that they do. But any institution that is for preserving art and for celebrating art, and especially fashion as art as well, for me is so important. So that is why I'm doing this live stream. But at the same time, I do want to acknowledge, some of the concerns. But let's get into talking about the theme, shall we? So the theme of the exhibit itself this year is costume art, and it is celebrating the intersection of fashion, the body, and art. It is exploring the dress body as a central thread connecting all artistic representations, highlighting fashion as a time-transcending embodied art form. And the theme of the dress code for the Met Gala is fashion is art. The theme invites designers and attendees to interpret the connection between high fashion and artistic masterpieces, drawing inspiration from the way garments shape and are shaped by the body, as explained by Vogue. So what I'm looking for this year, and first of all, the other disclaimer I wanted to give is I am not the all-knowing authority of fashion. I am just somebody who really loves the Met Gala and loves fashion. It doesn't mean my opinions are right. Nobody's opinions are right, because at the end of the day, and part of what this year is celebrating, is fashion as art, and art is relative, and everyone has their own views of art. So again, do not be mad by any of my opinions. They are just opinions, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments as well. I always encourage people to comment because I love reading the comments. But yeah, nothing I say is like the end all be all. Everyone's welcome to their own opinion. Of course, also, like, as I'm reacting live, I'm not getting context behind a lot of the looks. I rely on you all in the comments to give me some of that, or later on I find out some of that. So without context as well, sometimes my opinion changes. But what I'm really looking for this year is, one, it is a celebration of fashion as art. So we can see, I want to see like some literal interpretations of that, maybe odes to famous pieces of art, whether that be sculptures or paintings, whatever it may be, or just artistic styles. I want to see as well a lot of like very intricate work, whether that be hand painted designs, hand embroidered designs on some of these looks. I also want to see very bold styling. I think this is a perfect opportunity. Fashion as art, the wearer kind of becoming the canvas in a way, and using all of those elements, the accessories, the hair, the makeup, all of that to sort of become the art piece and for their outfit to supplement that. I want to see as well, I know a big part of the exhibit is exploring disabilities and exploring the bodies that wear the fashion. So I would love to see as well just a lot of like sort of nods to, you know, the wearer again, like being a canvas. So all of that, I think that's really what I'm looking for. But I'm excited to get into it. Let's just do it. Let's go. I've got Vogue open. I have tried my best not to see anything yet, not to look at any looks. Again, leave me comments. Let me know what looks you want me to react to, what celebrities. And again, if I say I don't like something, or if I just don't get the connection to the theme, or whatever I might say, it's not an insult to the person wearing it, to the stylist, to, you know, the designer, none of that. It's just my opinion, and I think that's what ultimately, that is the point of fashion, is for us to have an opinion about it and for us to treat it like art in that way. So let's get into it. I've got Vogue open. Like I said, I've tried not to see anything. Right off the bat, on the cover of like the first page of Vogue, we've got Beyonce. I'm so glad she's back. She absolutely kills it at the Met Gala. This look is really cool. So again, part of this, you know, the exhibit itself is fashion, like the body and, you know, the person wearing it. And I love this almost just like deconstructed look. I mean, down to it, underneath whatever we're wearing, us as humans are sort of just these skeletons. And I love the way she went about this. This is gorgeous. Also, these stones. I love sort of this massive like cape moment with the feathers. That's gorgeous as well. I really love the colors that she did here. Also styling. I love that we are getting some accessories. I love this headpiece. I really want to know, like, these are probably actual diamonds just because it's Beyonce. The earrings are stunning. And then I love that if she was going to go over the top with everything else, that they kept the makeup pretty simple and the hair is just so classic Beyonce. Let's see what else we got. Let's scroll. Who is this? Sorry if I don't know everyone's names. This is Loic. Is that how we say it? Gomez. This is an interesting look. I love when a man can like do something that's not just like a black suit and expected. This styling is really cool. The immediate thing I think of is Black Swan, and I think from what I heard, because I did hear a little bit about some of the looks even though I haven't seen them, is that apparently several people did like homages or an homage to the Black Swan, which is very cool. I also love like art is not just paintings and sculptures. I myself am a dancer, and so dance and, you know, theater and all of these things, film even, are art, and so to incorporate that in that way as well is really cool. I do love this styling. I think it's interesting. I'm not sure if I love the like cutouts. I kind of see what they were trying to do with sort of like the tears and the cutouts, but I don't love the execution necessarily. And then these sleeves, again, I see what it's trying to do. It's trying to be a little deconstructed. Like you can see these rough threads here, but I'm not sure I entirely love it. The concept was okay, or I like the concept, but I'm just not loving necessarily the execution. Let's see. Next we have, oh my gosh, can I say her name? Ning. Okay, I can. It wasn't that hard, actually. This is actually pretty nice. This is a stunning dress. I love the shape of this. It's nothing too, like, never before seen, but I do quite like it. I'm getting behind the picture. I do quite like it. It's very, like, sculptural. It's simple, but also just, like, very artistic. I love the shapes, the sculptural of it all. Is it probably going to be one of my favorite looks of the night? Probably not, but is it one of the worst? By no means. I think we could have done a little bit more with the styling. She does have, I like the way her makeup is done. I think she's got this really cool thing going on back here with her hair. It's almost giving like some kind of swan or something. That's what I'm seeing. The makeup, I don't hate it. Really quick, before I go on to the next, I want to acknowledge this comment right here. So Celeste says, is this theme too broad? And I actually meant to talk about that when I was talking about the theme. So let's talk about that really fast. So my initial reaction when I first saw the theme was yes, I thought the theme was too broad. In the past, we've had very specific themes that are odes to designers that are very specific. Like some of my favorite are like the Heavenly Bodies in the Catholic Church. I thought that one is extremely specific. Even camp, while it was a broader sort of theme, it was still, a little bit specific in a way. This theme I did think was pretty broad, but I also think that gives people a really great opportunity it's kind of grown on me, and I've kind of come to like the theme a little bit more because it gives people an opportunity to, one, showcase their personal style, whether that's the person wearing it or the stylist or the designer. It also gives the opportunity to really interpret the theme in so many ways. Sometimes what I think happens when you get too specific with the theme is that people ignore it and they don't want to kind of do anything with it. Whereas when you have something more broad like this, it's really hard to get it wrong. And not that you can't get it wrong, because you really can by not trying, but there's so many more ways to do it right. And I feel like there's a lot less fear when it comes to designers, to stylists, to the celebrities wearing the outfits. They feel a little bit more freedom, I would say, this is just my opinion, obviously, to kind of interpret that in whatever way that they see fit. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, this is cool. This is Maria Zardoya. Probably I'm pronouncing a lot of names wrong. First, I love this makeup. This makeup look is so cool. This in itself, like, again, incorporating makeup as kind of part of art in a way. Love this. I like the hair. I think it's, like, well done for the outfit. And then just this, like, very... I love the big bold sleeves and the neckline. I love this like fitted bodice, but then I love how it kind of expands out into this kind of puffy skirt. Do I automatically see the connection to the theme? No, but do I love this and feel that it's Met Gala and like the styling? Definitely. Next, moving on, this is Jack Harlow. I don't have too much to say here. I'm glad there's at least a hat, something, trying to do something. But at the end of the day, this is exactly what I didn't want to see, is just a man in what you would expect a man to wear. This is Maud Apatow. And this is pretty. I like it. And any other awards show, I would probably say, it's pretty good. But I feel like we could have done more for the Met Gala. I'm not seeing the connection to the theme. I do like it. I'm just, I want a little bit more. Same thing here. I'm just going to kind of scroll by on some of these. This is Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry. I like that he's got this little hood moment going on and this coat. I feel like she could have done some more. It's not really like my favorite thing ever. Not bad, not great. Here we have Beyonce once again. This is a better look. So far, this is my favorite of what we've gone through, but I want to keep looking. This is Tyla. I don't hate it. I like this kind of wet look that she's got going on. Love the use of the glitter to kind of give that water effect. It's giving like mermaid. The jewels are very nice. The way that they're kind of placed, they're kind of hanging to kind of look like they're just floating on her skin. The wet hair look, really nicely done. Even these shoes. Is she wearing shoes? Hold on now. Yeah. Oh, they're so cool. Okay, so they're meant to look like part of the dress, and they do that. They give the effect as if she was barefoot. It's giving like sea, ocean. I don't necessarily know the exact connection to the theme, but I do think this is a really cool look. I do love this. And then we have Ayo Edebiri. How do you say her name? Anyway, Ayo, actress, wonderful actress. I kind of really like this. This is giving like almost like a Grecian statue sort of situation. I love this little feathers at the top. Really pretty. I wish there was a little bit more in terms of styling. The makeup is not too bad. Hair's kind of just there. I would love to have seen it just doing a little bit more. And then some accessories. She does have this ring and then this kind of bracelet. I'm not sure if it was meant to be an arm cuff or a bracelet. Not bad. I do like it. Not my favorite though. Oh my gosh, is Blue Ivy? Hold on a minute. I thought it was 18 and over at the Met Gala, but you know what? When your mom is Beyonce, I guess anything goes. She does look stunning. I mean, wow, for being the age that she is, somebody needs to fact check. I don't know if she's 13 years old, I think, or 12. Stunning. She looks like Beyonce. Is it a little basic? Yes, I feel like I've seen the same silhouette, the same dress, but again, for being her age and this being her Met Gala debut. I do love it. I love this little like what would you call this? It's almost like a shawl, but it's got this bold shoulder moment. I do love that. I also am not sure how I feel about these shoes. I would probably not have paired this together. But I do think overall stunning. She looks just like Beyonce. Come on now. We've got Tiana Taylor. I feel like I've seen almost this exact same look, and I don't hate it, but I just feel like I've seen it before. Kim Kardashian. And Kim never fails to surprise me at the Met Gala. I actually like this. I really like this. So again, we talked about this theme, and part of the theme is exploring the body and the person wearing the fashion as art, and this is a really cool take on that. I actually love it. I love this almost armor moment. Now this isn't super original. It reminds me especially of this hot pink top, oof, I gotta enunciate, that Zendaya wore. Gosh, I don't remember the exact event she wore it to, but it was kind of the same concept of like armor. But I love this. I think it does go really well with the theme. I love this little overskirt as well, the nude shoes. This feels like if you were going to interpret this theme and if you were a Kardashian, this feels very on brand. She's wearing it nice. I would love to see, I feel like the makeup looks great, the hair, I would have loved to see something a little bit more. And you can't go too crazy because, you know, she's already got a lot going on. But I would have loved to see just, like, something more. It just feels like she's just wearing it. And then jewelry, like, we are missing. She's not got any bracelets, any rings. That could have been intentional. I can see where, you know, this look in particular is kind of, like, stripping away, like, clothing and fashion and sort of showing, like, the human body. So I can see where it could work to not have accessories here. But I just love accessories. This is Jafar Jackson. By the way, if anyone's seen the new movie, I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it, so let me know if it's any good. It's all right. It's okay. It's kind of like a tribute I can see to Michael Jackson. Like, I can see the influence here, but ultimately, it's literally just, like, very basic. Next up, we've got Lila Moss. Nothing exciting here. I don't see the connection to the theme. I don't actually know who this is either, but yeah, it's just boring to me. Not loving this. Ooh, this is interesting. We've got Madonna, which, by the way, she just released a song with Sabrina Carpenter. So good if you haven't already heard it. This is so interesting. I would love to know the context behind this and, like, the choice to wear this. I'm trying to see what is up here. It's kind of giving pirate ship. I don't know if that's what it's meant to be giving. Love this, like the accessories, the layering. What is she holding? Is this like looks like a trumpet, something, an instrument of sorts. This cape, it's like a lot going on, but I see the artistic vision and I know there's some context here that I'm definitely missing. I would love to know the story behind this, but I love this. This is awesome. I love, you know, and even it's not like ridiculously over the top, and it's also very Madonna, but we've got like these rings. There's some styling to it. Love that. Moving on. Come on now, Jay-Z. How you gonna like show up with Beyonce and Blue Ivy looking like this? I'm glad there's a flower. The brooch is cool. Other than that, boring. Feel like I've seen that 10 times already tonight. Ooh, this is cool. This is Alexa Chung. And there's this lily pad. I love these flowers and the ribbons and the hair. Again, I definitely think there's some context here that, yeah, I definitely think there's some context I'm missing, but this is gorgeous. I would love to know. I feel like it's like an inspiration, like inspired by maybe some painting or something. I'm getting like Monet water lilies, but I'm sure there's something a little bit more specific. I also want to acknowledge this comment really quick. What am I doing? This comment really quick that Celeste commented, and she said, "Is it possible to be off theme?" And then she made me laugh because right after she put, "I take that back. I just saw Jay-Z. LOL." I think it is really hard to be off theme when you're doing a theme like this, because art again is so open to interpretation and is so in the eye of the beholder. And also, like, there are so many different things, you know, again, all of these celebrities are attending with a specific designer, and because of that they have to wear what they're being told. And those designers, of course, some of them want to showcase certain collections, some of them want to showcase things from their archive, and so there's a lot of different things, different elements to that. But I think the biggest way to be off theme in this situation, of course, when you have a very specific theme, it's very easy. With this, I think it's when you look like you're not trying, when it looks like, you know, you're just wearing something because you're there and because you have to be wearing something. I really want to see something that looks like you're trying. And for example, this one that I have on the screen, I don't necessarily understand exactly the context behind it, exactly the connection to the theme, but I think it's stunning. I think it's different. It's simple, and there's been others that are more elaborate, but I love just the choice of the accessories and the styling. And I think, again, just like putting in an effort, honestly, especially when it comes to men, but even with the women, like, I don't want to see something that I could see a picture of you and think like, oh, this could be Oscars, Golden Globes, Grammys. I want to see something where I can look at it and say, that's Met Gala, and I might not understand what year it is, what theme, or the connection to the theme, but I'm going to say that's Met Gala. And also, again, like, this year is so focused on art, so any way to, like, incorporate that as well is so important. Let's see, who else do we have? We have Odessa Azion. This is really cool as well. I like this. I wish there was a little more. I feel like she always has the same makeup and hair look. This is pretty cool. I wish, again, like, I want to know the context. I love this, like, sequins. Those thumb rings that she's wearing are pretty cool. The silhouette, very cool. Wish I had more context. Tate McRae, this is stunning. I love this dress. Like, I actually, like, I want one. But in terms of, like, the theme and Met Gala, I wish she had done a little bit more. I'm not really seeing, I think this is also her Met Gala debut. I wish I had seen a little bit more. It's hard to be, like, super, like, best dressed on your Met Gala debut. This is stunning. For any, like, if this was the Grammys, I would be like, that's my best look of the night. Unfortunately, I think she could have done more for the Met Gala. Here we have Blake Lively. You know, she's honestly usually one of my favorites. And for some reason tonight, this is pretty. I would love to see it on another red carpet, and I feel like that about a lot of these. I do love this beading right here on the side. The rings are nice as well, but I just always expect her to do something like just one of the best looks, and this is, to me, not it. Let's see, who do we have here? Hold on. We've got, I don't know, these Mondo Duplantis and Desiree Eglander, and I'm sure I'm saying this wrong. They're boring me. I don't have much to say here. Pretty dress, but boring. Feel like I've seen it before. Next up, we've got Russell Wilson and Sierra. Sierra always kills it, and I love that he's matching with her. They're giving, like, statues. They're, like, covered in gold. I like this a lot. Let me see. The accessories are great. Like, look at this. I love this headpiece. That's artistic to me. That's art. Like, that's sculptural, and that's, like, high fashion. It's giving Met Gala. You necessarily would not see this in another award show. I love the accessories. I love this detailing on his shoulder, this, like, butterfly brooch, the stacked necklaces. The sunglasses are just very them. Very cool. Really like that. Let's see. Danny Ramirez. I wish he had done more. Quite boring. It's not black, I'll give him that. Other than that, not much to say. Kris Jenner, this is interesting. First of all, props to her stylist. I love that we are incorporating just her hair. I think this is a cool look. I can't really tell. Oh, maybe it's just tucked behind her ear. I kind of thought there was something going on, but I thought, I don't know, from this angle, it looked like she had it all on one side and no hair on this side. That actually might just be the angle. Makeup is good. Very, you know, simple for her age. I do like this. We've got, like, some statues here, some different, I'm sure this is an ode to a specific art piece. This is actually really nice. And I think for her age, like, if I had seen this on somebody else, not calling her old, not saying that, but just if I had seen this on somebody else, I might have a different opinion. But I think she nailed it, and I love just this detailing on the sides. Gorgeous. This is Russell Westbrook. I'm not, again, like, he did something that's not just black, Okay, he's shirtless. There's a brooch, necklaces. Other than that, though, I'm bored. Is this Bad Bunny? Hold on a second. It is, in fact, Bad Bunny. All right. This is, actually really interesting. Immediately, it was a little off-putting. This is really interesting because I think, if I remember correctly, I read, let me see if I still have it up, something about the theme. Let me see. It was like, oh yes, highlighting fashion as a time-transcending art form. This is really cool. This is actually such a unique take on the theme. Like I said, it was a little off-putting in the very beginning. But yeah, I can totally see this. Like, again, it's showing how fashion transcends. Now, normally, if it was just the outfit, I would be like, I'm bored. We've seen this from Bad Bunny. But it's almost showing, like, as he ages or just as people age, where fashion continues to just transcend time and be a form of art. I think this is really cool. And this is one of the ways where if you're not going to use the clothes themselves, then you better use the styling to be on theme and to do something. Really awesome, actually. So far, maybe my favorite male look of the night. I can't remember if there was anyone else. We've got Keke Palmer. I usually expect more from her. I'm not seeing anything to write home about. Feels like something I've seen before. I feel like I've seen Doja Cat in something similar. She looks amazing. But yeah. Okay, we've got Zach Posen. For being a designer, yeah, it's not even giving like we're not even dressed at the level we should be. Never mind the fact that it's boring. I would love if he had brought out some of his archival pieces. I actually don't know. Maybe this is an archival piece, but yeah, not loving it. Next up, Romeo Beckham. Yeah, bored. Nothing to write home about. We've got Greta Gerwig and Stella McCartney. Greta, boring me. Stella McCartney, I like it, but I've definitely seen it. Let's see. This is kind of cool. This is Doechii. I think this might be her Met Gala debut. I love this headpiece. I feel like that's definitely, probably, it looks to me like a traditional African headpiece, or some sort of homage to it. Love that. Now I don't usually care for, oh, she's not wearing shoes. Okay, that's interesting. Don't know if I would walk in New York City barefoot, but I see it works with the look. Love the accessories. Definitely feel like there's a story here because she's even got, I don't think these are her normal tattoos. I think these are some additional just for this kind of tattoos. I love these bracelets. Now normally the naked look can be a little too much, but I gotta say I think she did this really cool. It's almost draped over her, and again, part of this theme is about bodies and the bodies that wear the clothes, and it's just love the way it's draped over her. Let's see. And I'm trying to keep up with the comments as well, y'all. I'm not ignoring any of your questions or your comments. I'm just scrolling through. I assume a lot of these, I know I've gotten questions about, for example, Kendall Jenner, who's currently on my screen. I've gotten, comments about Sabrina Carpenter. I'm just assuming these are going to come up, and if not, for sure, before the stream is over, I'll go over those. But yeah, this is Kendall. This is really cool, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I heard Kylie's wearing something very similar. I think this is cool. This is very much giving what you would expect from Kendall. And a lot of times I love as well, we do have some celebrities that we see, they have their own personal style as well. And I think she's really incorporating that. To me, this looks almost like, again, that body that's wearing the fashion, the fabric draped over. It almost looks like it's being molded to her body. And also the overall look, she's giving almost like a statue of sorts, which is really cool. I actually really like this. I wasn't sure. I'm always got mixed opinions about the Kardashian-Jenner clan, but I really do like this. Next up, we've got Hoyeon. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. This is kind of cool. I don't see the connection to the theme immediately, which doesn't mean it's not there. Just because it's black, it doesn't necessarily mean it's boring. I do love whatever's happening right here. I would love to know the story behind it, but it's pretty cool. I do like it. This is Jennie. I feel like I've seen, not only have I seen this before, I've seen her wearing this before, or something very similar. There's literally nothing going on. I'm bored. This is Rosie Huntington Whitley. Um, I'm bored once again. It's pretty. For a different award show for sure. Oh, I like this. This is Chase Infinity. This is cool. I feel like, again, I wish I had like in front of me more information about some of these. This is definitely though an ode to something specific. It almost to me looks like paint strokes. This is, I'm pretty sure, sequins. Yeah, this is definitely sequins. It looks like there's also some thread work going on here down the side. Gorgeously, just yeah, even down like the little train. Stunning, the craftsmanship of it. And then of course I can see like some art styles that it's definitely kind of trying to pay tribute to, which is really cool. Love the styling as well. Just like, I love that there's some rings. I love that emerald ring she's got on. It kind of brings out the green in the dress a little bit more. No necklace, which I think was a good move with the high neckline. Simple earrings, not mad at them. Hair looks good. Makeup, the focus, this dress, I love this dress though. I'm bored. Who is this? Amelia Gray. Yeah, I'm bored. Seen it a million times. Oh, this is Hudson Williams. This is interesting. I would love to know the story behind this. This is also kind of sort of giving me like Black Swan in a little bit of ways. This makeup look is really cool. Like, this looks like brush strokes on a painting in a way. Really like that. So glad he did something that's not just like boring. Love these like, what are they, like hearts? Whatever's going on, this embellishment here, really cool. And then this like long train, really like this. Let's see. I'm kind of bored. This is Gray Scummer. It's nice. I also, this gold fabric in particular is not giving high fashion to me, and I'll leave it at that. Who is this? This is Babyface. Yeah, kind of boring. Feel like I've seen it. Not bad. Who else do we have? This is Carly Kloss. I don't hate this. I love sort of this bubbly skirt. I think the shoes give a nice pop of color. This sort of almost bow, sort of tie moment on the bottom. And then this hair, I think is kind of interesting. I feel like, again, there's probably, yeah, like probably a story here. And like for me, I'm getting like kind of statuesque kind of canvas. I really do, I like it. It's simple. Not my favorite, but I do like it. This is Natasha Punawala. Am I saying that correctly? This is kind of cool. I would, again, love to know the story behind this, but I love how kind of structural it looks, how sculptural. These earrings are quite fun. And then just the very simple bottom. I would love to know the story, but it's getting almost like a flower. I like it. We've got Elizabeth Tabiki. I don't know how you say her name. I'm kind of bored. See, like, it's almost like as simple as this, but in a boring way, if that makes sense. Is this Rachel Zegler? It is. This is interesting. The dress itself is kind of simple, although I do love this kind of corset moment in the middle. I do like this off the shoulder sort of situation, and then this kind of train. But what I find really interesting is this kind of cover over her eyes. I believe this is kind of a tribute to, I know there's a specific painting, and there's a painting with a woman with her eyes covered, and I wish I could remember the name of it, but I think this is actually pretty cool. I'm going to answer a couple questions real quick. So I got a question about, here, let's give this a rest for a second. Why do I think that Black Swan is being alluded to so much this year? I think probably my guess would be Black Swan. I think, again, fashion as art, and there's so many art forms. I think a lot of us immediately went straight to like paintings and sculptures and things you might find in an art museum, but art goes so far beyond that. And one of the elements of art is, you know, the performing arts, and there's music and things like that, but there's also, and film and all of these things, but there's also ballet and dance. And I just think that, you know, when you think, just for the average person, the most famous ballet, it comes Swan Lake to mind. And I think Black Swan, just because of the movie as well, the film with the, named Black Swan, and the makeup. I think it's just an easy way to interpret that. So that would be my guess. Other than that, I would definitely have to see, like, again, I need context for some things, so I would have to do my research, but that's my initial guess. And then the other question was, I see lots of bridal adjacent gowns. Why? So this is interesting. I actually don't think they're like bridal adjacent. What I would say is we were seeing a lot of white, a lot of cream, a lot of off-white colors, anything within that color scheme. And I think the reason is, again, when you think art, one of the first things that comes to mind is sculptures. And you know, in a museum, you see a lot of sculptures, and they're usually these colors. So I'm thinking it has to do with that. I'm also thinking, you know, other things that are this color, canvases. You know, a blank canvas is this white color, or sometimes a little off-white. And then also just sort of, again, fashion as art, and sort of showing the wearer as art as well. And so when you strip away that color, it's trying to demonstrate that, if that makes sense. That's, again, just my guess, but that's what I'm thinking. Let's go back here and react to some more looks, shall we? Oop, there we go. Next we've got, oh, this is interesting. Sarah Paulson. Wow, I would not have expected this from her. We're seeing another covered eye look. I'm really curious how she's able to see. Oh, there's holes in it. Okay, I was curious because Rachel Zegler's was like a sheer eye covering. This is interesting. I mean, this is clearly a statement. Love the gown. I think the gown, again, on its own, sometimes the styling saves it. On its own, it would still be stunning. I don't love these gloves, I have to be honest. I wish they were the same color as the dress and maybe a little bit more fitted. But on its own, I think it might not really like make an impact, but this is so interesting, and I think there's a lot of interpretations. And again, I want to know like what her stylist says about this, or the designer. But I would say it's probably about how, I mean, there's so many statements you can take from this. I'm taking it as like art and people wanting to like buy art, and even like AI and the way, I mean, I'm not being eloquent about this whatsoever, but I see like the vision, and I think this is really cool. And the dress is stunning. Again, I would just have the gloves different if that was my only thing, but I think the concept and kind of the message they're trying to tell is really cool. Donatella Versace. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I saw the bleach hair and I thought it was Donatella. My bad. I didn't even look at her face. I just literally thought this was going to be Donatella. This is Cher. Okay, girl. I don't think she's been at the Met Gala in a couple years. That's so funny. She's just giving Donatella hair, but now that I like looking at the face, it's Cher. Anyway, makeup's what I would expect from Cher. Apparently the hair is what I would expect from Donatella, but also it's what I would expect from Cher. The outfit is all right. I'm a little bored by it. I see elements of her style, like these shoes are very Cher. Yeah, kind of bored. All right. Oh, look, almost the same thing right underneath it. This is Kate Moss. Like, you see where it's essentially like a version of this in a different style. Not my favorite. We've got Coco Jones. This is stunning. I don't see too much of like a connection to the theme. I wish I did, but it is pretty. This is gorge, but this is Anouk Yai. I feel like I've seen this before, you know, on a red carpet. It's still stunning. Love this. What I do love about this, I just noticed this styling. Sorry guys, sometimes I like look directly at the outfit or something else and I don't see what's going on. This is stunning. Okay, this saved it. The makeup, the hair, her hair, I mean, she looks like a sculpture. I don't know, I mean, the makeup is one thing. She looks like a gold, bronze, beautiful, stunning statue. And the tears, that's a really cool element. But the hair, I'm like, it literally looks like statue-esque. That's stunning. Love this. Love that styling so much. This might be my favorite styling of the night, like just hair and makeup specifically. The outfit, it's whatever, but that hair and makeup, like props to whoever did her hair and makeup. That is gorgeous. Stunning. All right, next we have... see guys, I can't say anyone's name. Do y'all read it on the screen? Aja? I don't know. We're just gonna pretend I know. Kind of bored. I see there's some gold in her hands. I almost feel like she was trying to do the same thing that was done above, but it just wasn't executed as well. And why are we just doing the gold on the hands? Like, if it had been the whole face and this whole neckline and shoulders, I would see the vision, but I don't see it. All right, moving on, we've got Myra Murati. I gotta go faster, guys. There's so many left. Bored, honestly. This is Dwayne Wade. Bored. Gracie Abrams. I don't hate it. I would love it much more on any other red carpet. Wish there was a necklace right off the bat. Some bracelets as well. The rings are nice. The earrings are alright. It's nice. Not my fave for the theme. Let's see. A Catch. I don't know if that's how you say her name. A little bit bored. Not too bad. Do like it. Not my favorite. Victoria Soretti. I feel like that some people have executed this better. I think Doechii executed like this draping better. This one just looks boring to me. Boring. Jimmy Butler. Suki Waterhouse. I feel like this is something I've seen her wear before. I do like the styling. The makeup is quite interesting. Love this little like hair moment. But yeah, no, not loving the outfit. Margot Robbie. Again, I feel like I've seen her wear something similar. The silhouette is boring. The dress is boring. The styling is boring. Could have used a necklace. Could have used some bracelets. Something. Give me something. Misty Copeland. I was really excited. So she is one of the co-chairs this year. I love Misty Copeland. I'm a dancer. I love her. It makes sense. She has just like her slicked back hair. That is so on brand for her. Makeup is nice. The styling. Simple necklace. The outfit itself, though, I have to say I'm a little bored by it. I've seen her wear such incredible costumes, you know, and just... I love the skirt. The skirt is a moment, and I can almost see where it kind of is a nod to her as a ballerina. And then, of course, the skin tone, because if you don't know, she was a big pioneer in the ballet world, getting point shoes that would match dancers of colors and their skin tones. So I do like the color. I like the skirt. It's just the top that to me is kind of boring. I would have loved to see maybe something even like corset-like or something more mimicking like a bodice of a ballet costume. Or if she was trying to go more with the like kind of like focus on the body look and more of like the nude look, I would have loved to see then just more of like form-fitting. This just kind of looks a little bit ill-fitting. I don't love these little straps. But yeah, I don't hate the bottom. And the shoes, again, like that reminds me, and knowing the context behind it, and I don't know if this was the vision, but I'm just saying behind her being a pioneer for those point shoes that would match dancers of color skin tones, I like everything from here down, but otherwise not my favorite. Gabrielle Union. The dress I'm not loving. It's just giving like something I've seen a million times. I do have to say this hair moment, whatever's happening here, that's very cool. That's giving me something. I like it. I see the vision. Also even like this bottom lashes, like she doesn't usually do that, but I see the vision. I wish that the designer would have done what her hair and makeup team did. This is boring. Troye Sivan. This is cool. Let's look at this. This is SZA. I love this. Look at this. This train. This beading. I think there's some... Are those shells? That is so cool. The way this fabric moves. The accessories. There's some flowers, and then this moment. Let's give a moment. That is an art piece in itself, that headpiece. And then even the makeup. Look at that. It's giving, if you can see, this yellow in the center is almost giving like glowing from within. This is stunning. This is an art piece in itself. And I know I'm like, a lot of the looks I like are these over the top ones, but they have to be executed well. And I think this was executed really well. This is giving fashion is art. Next up, here's Donatella. We have Donatella and Alessandro Michele. I'm just kind of bored. This is, I think his look is supposed to mimic like peacock feathers. She's kind of doing what she always does. Oh, this is cool. This is Sabrina Carpenter. Is she wearing, hold on. She's wearing film. Oh, I did read one thing about this. Apparently, the film that she's wearing is actually the film strips from the movie Sabrina. I think this is so incredibly cool. I mean, this is how you do it. It's kind of an homage to old Hollywood. it's obviously film as an art. She got her start. We all know her as pop star Sabrina, but she did get her start as an actress. And then the personal connection with the film being Sabrina. Obviously, her name is Sabrina. This headpiece, very intricate, very cool. Love the makeup. Love the old Hollywood glam she's got going on. And then this sort of the shoes, the slit that she has. I think there's some jewels hanging. That's all very classic Sabrina. I love that she was able to kind of go with the theme, but also incorporate that style that she's so well known for. This is so well done. This is one of my favorites, I think. This is so cool. The film strips, phenomenal. Is this Gigi Hadid? Gigi Hadid. It's the naked dress look. It had a moment a few years ago. Everyone was doing it. It's not horrible, but this is just like, she looks the way she always looks, essentially. This is Nicole Kidman. Again, I feel like I could walk into a store and buy this right now, honestly. Hunter Schafer, this is cool. I did see earlier, this is and again, I don't have any like of the information, like the context in front of me, but this is actually as an ode to a specific painting. I think this is really cool. I love sort of this look, like it's just, and I know if you see it side by side with the painting, it's really cool, but I also love how you can almost see, to me, the way the dress looks is almost like canvas in a way, like a canvas that you would paint on, almost like it's tearing away and there's art underneath. Again, like that's just one interpretation, but it's really cool, really well done. This is Serena Williams. A little bit bored, nothing phenomenal. I mean, yeah, I'm just not loving it. This is Doja Cat. It's kind of cool. I have mixed feelings about this. She's done over the top, so this is kind of just like a more stripped back version of it. I do think it's cool. It's also got that like effect, almost like if it's wet. I would love to hear like the story behind this and the connection to the theme. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Interesting. This is Coleman Domingo. He usually does really cool stuff. I love this. This is, let me see, what's he got going on here? I want to see, it's like a brooch of sorts. There's something happening there, or is it like a pin? Oh, I feel like it's a pin. I don't know. It's really cool though. I love this intricate, this is thread work. That is like quilting, like thread work. That's awesome. And then love these little moments with the pants. I definitely think this is also like specifically supposed to look like a certain painting or something. And I just lost my tab. Where'd she go? Hold on a second, guys. It went behind my live stream. There we go. That's cool. This is Venus Williams. Did better than her sister. Do love that she gave us like a little hair moment. I love when hair is incorporated in a cool way. I like what's going on up here, but everything else a little bit boring. We've now got Alex Consani. This is pretty cool as well. We've got like that like naked moment and like the body being like the canvas for fashion and for art. We've got, again, I'm getting like Black Swan, and I think that's just me with the black feathers now. Love this cape moment. Not my favorite, but definitely well executed. Hailey Bieber. I feel like she's giving nothing, honestly. Cool color. I see the vision, but I just don't think it was executed well. Ooh, Kylie. So yeah, I see where this fits in with Kendall's. I have to say, as much as I liked Kendall's, I kind of like Kylie's more. It's almost like this deconstructed look. It almost looks like this outfit that's either falling off her body or that's barely being made onto her body. This corsetting is gorgeous. I love that you can see the corset in the back. That's really cool. I love this deconstructed look. Her hair, the makeup look, I love this. Love the detailing as well. Can we look at that? Like, there's some embroidery going on. There's some really cool beadwork as well. That's absolutely stunning. I think, yeah, very on theme. I love that it matches Kendall's. I think that was really cool of them to do as well. They've done coordinated looks in the past. One of my favorite was the year, I believe it was 2019, when the theme was camp. They had this purple and orange look, very iconic. And I love that they coordinated their looks again, and I think they did a really great job with that. This is Paloma Elsesser. I can't pronounce anyone's names. I'm a little bored by it. I feel like there's a lot going on, but not necessarily like in a coordinated way. I feel like this is definitely an homage to something. I don't hate it. I just wish I had more context. This is Charlie XCX. Is this her Met Gala debut? Has she been? Maybe she's been before. I might be making that up. I do think this moment up here is pretty cool with this, like, almost glass, it looks like. And again, like, there are so many different aspects of art. We think of paintings, we think of sculptures, but there's also glass work and all of these different forms of art. I do love that. The rest of it, though, not my favorite, kind of boring. This is pretty cool. This is Lisa. This is actually really interesting. The dress itself, if you just take the part she's wearing, I might not see the vision, but this is really cool. I love, these are like mannequin arms. It's almost like, again, like, I don't know if she's doing an ode to like sculptures and that form of art, or if she's doing an ode to like mannequins and almost like, us being a vessel for fashion as art in the same way that a mannequin is. But whatever this is so cool. I love this, and the way it's like holding up this, like, what would we even call this? It's giving like veil mixed with cape. I don't know what, mixed with like a train. This is really cool. All right, I'm still reading your comments, y'all, so keep on. Law Roach. I'm really sad Zendaya's not with him this year. I heard she wasn't going to be coming. I do think this is pretty cool, for being a man. Again, like, it's nothing, like, insane, but I love this. This looks like painting, like brush strokes. It looks to me like it might actually be hand painted, which is really cool. I think it's well done. Very much what we would expect from him, but in a well done way. We've got Anne Hathaway. I really like this. I haven't seen Devil Wears Prada 2 yet, but if anyone has, let me know how it is. But this is giving Met Gala, and I'm seeing a hand here. I'm probably missing just the way it's folded and draped on her body. I'm probably missing some other elements, but it does look like there's a lot of like, just like detailing and a lot of, is it painted on? It might even be painted on, which is really cool, just giving art in a really cool way. We've got Rami Malek. Nothing, again, like nothing stunning. I got another comment here that says, dressing men in a feminine silhouette, is it too easy? I would say it is. Like, if we're just going to do a black kind of suit moment or whatever and just a feminine silhouette, I love good tailoring, but does that necessarily mean it's on theme? No. But if you're gonna dress a man in a feminine silhouette and then give something like, like what Law Roach just did, not that he had a feminine silhouette, I've seen some more feminine silhouettes, but, with those painted on brush strokes and things like that, I think that's when it's well done. But I think if you're just gonna go with the typical black suit or black outfit and give it a feminine silhouette, then no. I mean, I can see where you can interpret it in a way and give it like, a few people can say like, oh, well, it's a nod to, this or that. There's so many ways you can interpret it, but like, I do feel like it's a little bit of like taking the easy route. All right, we've got, this is Joe Alwyn. I don't hate it. It's pretty cool. I feel like there's some context I'm missing. Not the coolest thing ever, but I do think, he did something. I'll give him that. Boring. Michael Kors, come on now. I think we could do better. We've got Lily Rose Depp. I feel like it's something I've seen her wear before. Not loving it. This is cool. This is somber. I expect something cool from him. He does like have a cool way of dressing. This is so interesting. I also just love, like, again, we're talking about fashion being art, and part of that is just detailing, and there's so much detailing here. There is the lace, there is this kind of silhouette moment going on at the top, there's the way it's draped on, there's this kind of hanging, I think this is sequins. I actually thought it was beads at first. And then this train, very cool, very well done. See, this is a way to do a feminine silhouette on a man, but in a way that is pretty cool. Also love that he's got like a little bit of makeup, just some darkness, kind of really, really cool. Oh, whoa, okay, this is Audrey Nuna. I'm obsessed. Whoa, okay. I love this. This looks like, what is this, beads? This is all beading, and based on the way it's placed, I would have to assume it's hand beaded. It looks to me like ink or paint splatters. That's just the effect it's giving. The tailoring is incredible. The shape of it, the silhouette, this is amazing. Love the makeup. The makeup is contributing to it. Kind of this like asymmetrical eyeliner look. The black lip, even the earrings, the hat moment. So well done. This is fashion as art. This is probably one of my favorites of the night. And then Celeste says, there are Star Wars references we are missing. Oh, I feel like there are Star Wars references we are missing. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Let's see. Who is this? Joseph Altuzara. I feel like he tried to do something here. Oh, wait. What is this? Oh, this is not English. I don't actually... Yeah, I wish I knew what it meant. Okay, I feel like there's something going on. I don't hate it. Celeste says, love how you haven't said anything is ugly, only boring. Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen anything truly ugly yet. I'm sure I'll see something as I keep scrolling. But yeah, and honestly, to me, I'd rather see something ugly where I feel like someone tried than something just downright boring. Let's see. Who is this? This is kind of cool. This is Eileen Gu. Oh, she's the Olympian. She's amazing. I kind of really like this. I don't know. Again, I need like context, but I love it's kind of being like ballerina tutu. I would have loved to see Misty Copeland in this. Just saying this. I know it's a little too on the nose, but I would have loved it. I love that it looks like bubbles. The way this is kind of just put together, and it's so simple, but I think it's the detailing, it's the silhouette. It's so well done. Oh, this is kind of cool. I didn't even notice this at first. It looks like there's some sheer fabric on the top, if I'm seeing it correctly. And it looks like these bubbles, which I think some of them are are they pearls? They're not even pearls. I actually have no idea what this is, are kind of just floating on her skin. The hair, I think, makes sense, for the look. But what I really love is this kind of almost like iridescent makeup look. That's really nice. And then the clear shoe. I don't always love a clear shoe. These heels are a little odd to me the way they're shaped, but I think it works for the look. I actually do really like that. Hero Phineas Tiffin, not vibing with it. Very boring. This is cool. This is Kai. Oh, come on. I'm not even going to say that. Y'all know I can't pronounce names. This is quite cool. I would love to know the context behind it. It looks like is this thread work on this side? And then the other side is sequins. Very well done. Like the styling. Love this little train. This is really cool. Let's see. Did I skip one? Yeah, I have got just I don't know how you say her name. Please stop making me pronounce names. This is interesting. A little bit boring. Like the colors. Feel like for another red carpet it would be fine. We've got Hayosop. I'm definitely saying these wrong. I think I'm a little bored by it. Wish there had been more. Bored. Lux Pascal. Emily Blunt. I feel like she tried something, and given the movie she was just in, I would have hoped she had done a little bit more. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it, and it feels like something I've seen like 4 times already tonight. Yeah, not my favorite. Also got a comment here that says lots of anatomical references and blood. Yeah, I think so. I think part of that, and again, I'm gonna pull up where I had the information about the theme, because one of the things that the theme is focusing on is, let me see, it explores body types as well. It also explores the dressed body as a central thread connecting artistic representations, highlighting fashion. And so, yeah, I feel like that's why we're getting a lot of focus on the body. Beyonce is the only one I've really seen focus on the skeleton, but we are seeing like a lot of references to just blood and anatomy, kind of what we saw in the card, or the Jenners, really, Kylie and Kendall. So I think that's why. And Emily Blunt just did Devil Wears Prada too. This is quite boring. Irene Pistorino, not my fave. Very boring. Charlotte Tilbury. First of all, let's just talk about her makeup for a second. I don't hate the makeup. It's actually pretty good. At first, I was going to say I expected more from her, just being the iconic makeup person that she is. But now that I zoom in, it does look good. The dress itself, it's kind of giving, I feel like there's a very specific like Broadway show with this outfit. Not my favorite. This is boring. Nicholas Hoult. Stevie Nicks. This is interesting. Okay. I feel like in terms of theme, and I feel like there's a story here, and I feel like it's really cool. I feel like in terms of just my personal opinion, we're talking about ugly looks. People are going to be mad at me for saying this. I think it's ugly. I don't love this top hat. I don't love the fit of it. It's meant to be like a drop waist, but I think with the way it fans out, it looks a little awkward. I think it just, yeah, not my fave. Sorry, she's an icon though. Let's see. This is boring. I would love it for like the Oscars, but boring. This is cool. Who is this? Karan Johar? Something like that. Sorry, can't pronounce anyone's names. We've established this. This is cool. I mean, he's clearly Indian, I would assume, or, you know, from some South Asian country. This is cool. This is definitely got to be like something specific, but what I love is this detailing. Look at this. Some of this is like, this is beading, and this is, I don't think it's painted on. I think this is, or maybe there is some painting. This is just so cool. This is stunning. Like, I could look at these details all day. That is art, truly. And then I see, I don't know what Stevie Nicks look, it kind of looks like a circus reference. I guess it does look like a circus reference, going back to Stevie Nicks for a second. I just don't think the execution was done well. I almost kind of can see the vision. I just don't love the way it was executed. And we're hitting the hour mark, so I am going to kind of rush through these next ones. So get in your last comments if you want me to react to anyone specific. I'm going to kind of quickly go through these because I don't want the live stream to get too long. This is kind of cool. I like this. I feel like it's maybe a reference to like some like specific statue or specific piece of art. I actually really like that. I'm not seeing anything here like revolutionary. Oh, this is interesting. She's carrying a rosary. I hope this is not meant to be sacrilegious in any way. I hope it's just again, like when we did Heavenly Bodies, that was a very like way of honoring the church. Hopefully it's more of that. This is boring. Come on now, Tom Ford. The Rock. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was gonna call it boring. No, it's still pretty boring. Her look is, you know, she tried something, but there's nothing. Him, I think he thought if he added in this like skirt, maybe kilt moment, it would do something. But overall, it's just like, I've seen it before. Felicity Blunt and Stanley Tucci. Nothing revolutionary. Bored right here with Julianne Moore. Carrie Mulligan, kind of bored. I can see they're like something. She was attempting something, but I don't think it was well executed. Who is this? Yesult. I don't know who this is. This is kind of cool, but I also feel like it's something I've kind of seen before. I mean, I feel like someone tonight was wearing something very similar as well. Like, I see the moment where there's like this gold underneath and then kind of this black structural thing, but I feel like it's been seen. That being said, I do really like it. Alyssa Liu, I'm so happy she's there. I am obsessed with her. I'm bored by the look. Love this necklace. Want to know what that necklace is. Wish I could afford it. But yeah, I'm kind of bored. It looks like something like, respectfully, she could wear this to the prom or something. This is boring. This is cool. Naomi Watts. This is really cool. Are these? No, I'm pretty sure they're not real flowers. But this is pretty cool, the way she incorporated. I like this a lot. It's like simple, and then the way she added them into the hair, very cool. I don't hate this. Skepta. I think this is really cool. It almost looks like hand sketched. I think now that I zoom in, though, it might be embroidery. I can't tell, but it's very cool. I love the detailing on that. Don't Cry For Me, Life Was Sick, World Tour. I guess this is a reference. I'm assuming he's a rapper, a singer of sorts. Pretty cool. Do like it. Kind of bored by this. I see what she was trying to do. Don't hate it, but nothing revolutionary. Joey King. Again, nothing revolutionary. Feels like also something I've seen before. And this part at the top looks kind of messy. This is kind of cool. Again, though, it doesn't feel like something I've never seen before. I like these watches like here on the arm. I think that's pretty cool. Again, we're talking about art transcending time. I think that's a pretty cool way of adding that. This is Angela Bassett. Fun fact, I actually met her once. She looks cool. I like this. I like the makeup look they have on her. Kind of giving glowing, kind of ethereal. Love this hair. I like these little like beading moments, but I do feel like it's something we've seen before in other looks. This is so cool. Who is this? Heidi Klum. Okay. You know what? I should have expected this from her. If you've seen her Halloween looks, she goes over the top. This is statue. This is artwork. This feels like something I'd see in a museum. This is stunning. So well executed. Gorgeous. Really, really cool. This has got to be one of my favorites. Let me answer some questions here really quick. Favorite singer look so far, I'd have to say Sabrina Carpenter. I really love the way she interpreted the theme. I think there was a lot of herself in it, but just a lot of the theme as well. Let's see. If you could style someone, who would you style? That's a great question. Honestly, for me, I feel like it's a lot more about like if I had access to any clothes or any styling. Like for me, it's more about what is on their body than the body itself, and that's I think part of the theme in a way. I don't think there's anyone really specific. I mean, obviously there are like these Met Gala icons, one of which is not even here this year, but like Zendaya, Beyonce, Rihanna, also not here, I don't think. Or there's like whoever's popular at the moment, like Sabrina Carpenter. She is a big, like pop star right now, or even like Anne Hathaway because of her movie. But honestly, I don't know that there's anyone super specific. I mean, there are like celebrities I'd love to meet and people I'd love, to be able to work with, but I don't think there's anyone, like I would just like, if I could have a moment to style for the Met Gala, I think that would be so cool. And then the other question was just how did I meet Angela Bassett? I was in a trip to New York in 2018 and I went to go see Live with Kelly. At the time it was Kelly and Ryan Seacrest, and Angela Bassett was the guest that day and I got to meet her at the live taping. Let's see. We're going to go through quickly. We've got Connor's story. It's okay. I don't hate it. I just feel like he could have done more. His co-star Hudson Williams had a really cool look. Not my fave. This is interesting. I think this is Lala Anthony. I think this is meant to, it looks embroidered up close, but I think it's meant to mimic like woodwork and carvings, and that is so cool. Like again, just paying homage to other forms of art. Stunning. And it's simple, and it's like the silhouette itself, even the colors, nothing, but the detailing when you look up close, and just again my assumption of what it's trying to portray is like almost like wood carving. Emma Chamberlain, and this is one that I got requested earlier. This is Mugler. Oh, this is stunning. I don't know if she was hosting the red carpet interviews again, but this is just gorgeous. I love this. It looks like paint. Like it looks painted on her body. Obviously, it's fabric, but the way it looks to me like paint strokes, but almost like paint melting and coming off, and like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And I love even the nails, which I haven't talked about the nails too much, but even the nails, I love that detail. Oh, this is really boring. Amanda Seyfried. I feel like I've definitely seen her wear this before. Okay. All right, we're going to talk about this. Janelle Monáe, she never fails to just come up with something super cool. But really quick, let me answer a question. And I'm going to try to wrap up the live stream soon, y'all. So just letting you know. It says favorite art medium that was referenced. I think there's just so many cool art mediums. I think anybody who referenced something, I mean, obviously paintings and sculptures is so cool, but I love like Sabrina referencing film. I love references to, we have to think about other art forms that are not also always thought of. So even embroidery and thread work and, bead work as well. All of that is just forms of art in themselves. Obviously, we looked at like woodwork and carving. So all of that is just stunning. And I love those references. So this is Janelle Monáe. And I think, this has clearly got to be a statement on technology and nature and the way that they have kind of, almost one is taking over the other, obviously technology. I would love to know the meaning of the butterfly in her head. I think this is really cool, and I love that she's using it to make a statement. To be honest, I didn't really want to see a lot of references to technology in tonight's theme, just because I feel like art is completely the opposite of technology, especially with what's happening with AI these days. But I think if she was going to do it in a way, this is a cool way to do it. To me, it almost, the way I would take it is almost like AI is taking over nature and creativity and just real things. And so that's kind of a cool way of doing that. Finn Wolfhard, yeah, I don't like it. Very boring. 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 Lindsay Vaughn. Whoa, Lindsay Vaughn. Girl, how is she? Okay, I thought it was boring, but I do like the detailing, but I am impressed that she's like walking and doing well. Really happy for her after Winter Olympics. Boring. Olivia Wilde. I would love to know what's happening in the back, and I feel like that's one of the, like, not being there in person, you don't get to see all of the details of everything. Maybe there's something happening, but otherwise boring. Camila Mendes. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie. The way it's draped is kind of cool, not too crazy different. I do love whatever's happening on this headpiece and these earrings. Those are stunning. And I think we have to also remember, like, jewelry and jewels. I mean, there are literally museums dedicated to jewels throughout the world, are a form of art as well. It's not my favorite, it's not groundbreaking, but I do like this, and I would love it in any other context. Leve, I think that's how you say her name. I love her music. This is quite boring, though. I think this is her Met Gala debut. This is boring. Could have done better. Boring. Let's see. Kind of bored, also. Yeah, boring. I think they left all the boring ones for the end. Tory Burch, come on now. Yeah, not feeling it. Is this Marcelo Hernandez? Okay, slay. So happy he's there. Bored by his look. There is some detailing. What is this? It looks like some kind of sequence. There's a brooch, but otherwise I'm quite bored. I am happy that he's there, though. One of my favorite comedians, to be honest. Yeah, bored. Adrian Brody. I was going to call him Adam Brody. Whatever's happening here, that's kind of cool brooch, but it's not enough to just add a brooch to something. I feel like I saw Priyanka Chopra wearing this outfit once. She definitely wore something like this, and I think it was to a Met Gala. I very vividly remember it was a different color, but this almost like trench coat style looking silhouette. I'm a little bored by it. This is boring. Come on now. I mean, I feel like I've seen this a million times. Maya Hawke, bored by it. Cool silhouette. Do like these detailing, but otherwise it's just, I don't know what's going on. This is boring. That's just a red dress. Come on. Feel like I've seen this a million times. Not hideous, but definitely nothing groundbreaking. There's obviously Rosé. She's trying to do something here. I would love to know the exact reference, but yeah, not feeling it. Anderson .Paak, cool look. I mean, he always looks cool, but not feeling it. This is interesting. I really like this. This is Gwendolyn Christie, and she's kind of got something interesting going on here. I would love to know what, like, the story behind this, but I think it's really cool. Love, like, this moment going on up here, but what really interests me is this mask. I feel like there's really, like, a deep meaning behind it. Maybe the mask we put on, you know, in front of others, or maybe, you know, when we dress up and again, fashion as art, like fashion kind of being a camouflage in a way. I would love to know. All right, these next ones I'm just going to rapid fire. I am going to try to wrap up the live stream, so I'm only going to talk about ones that I feel deserve to be talked about in a way. This is cool. Like that. That's interesting. Who is this? Katy Perry. Interesting. I feel like this might be like a reference to when she went to space. What's going on in the outfit is very boring, but this little moment up here, I would love to know the story behind it. Let's see. This is quite cool. I feel like this is probably a nod to traditional Indian fashion, and it looks like it's maybe like it's supposed to be like a sari. I love the jewels, the beading, and then this cool moment of like modern fashion up here. Very cool. Kind of bored. Let's see. Jordan Roth. This is cool. I do like this. It's almost kind of like the way I interpret it is like the interpretation of almost like fashion influences us in a way, and maybe like being pulled into trends and things like that. It could also just be almost like a reference to us wearing fashion rather than fashion wearing us, or vice versa. Let's see. This is kind of cool. I love this detailing here. This is really well done. Again, like that is when I think of art, I think of details like that in terms of fashion. Oh, this is interesting. I do really like this. This is really cool. I can't even tell if it's fabric or what it is creating this effect, but that is so cool. Those flowers. Would love to know the connection to the theme, but that's pretty cool. Love this. Who is this? This is Sabine Getty. I don't know who she is, but this is amazing. I like love this references. Again, it's like art and fashion and the body and us wearing fashion. I love this so much. One of my favorites for sure. She tried, but I don't like it. Let's see. Anyone else worth talking about? We're getting ready to wrap up the live stream. So this guy just looks uncomfortable. This is kind of cool, John Batiste. I love this little puffer jacket moment. We've kind of seen men do this before, but I love the way it's almost like incorporated in a high fashion kind of way. Kind of cool. Love this, like the intricacies of this and this kind of moment at the bottom. Stunning. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. Love that. I feel like we've seen a lot of references like this to like human anatomy on a lot of the women and a lot of things like this, but I love this on like a men's jacket. Really cool. Oh, this is interesting. I love just the like structure of it and very sculptural. Very cool. I kind of there's something going on here. Let's see. We're just going to scroll through, kind of trying to wrap up the live stream. Like I said, this is interesting. This has obviously got to be a reference to something very specific. I am the biggest Ben Platt hater. Just going to be honest, such a Nepo baby, like anti-Nepo baby, Ben Platt. But this is actually pretty cool. I would love to know the specific reference, but the detailing is pretty cool. Love the way it was incorporated. Super cool, even at the bottom of the pants. Man, I wanted to dislike it, but I love it. Ashley Graham, nothing new, nothing different. Sam Smith, I don't know if I want to talk about this, to be honest. Let's see. This is interesting. It's kind of giving like, I mean, with the hair, I'm giving Rapunzel. It looks like she's carrying what's supposed to be like a human heart. A lot of intricacy, like details with the weaving here. Really cool. Really do like that. Let's see. We're going to speed through now. This is really cool. I actually saw, so she is a designer, and I saw on TikTok her process of this. Now, normally I don't love like this fit, but she hand painted all of this. This is just so stunning. I love these flowers in her hair as well, kind of pulling in like this is supposed to be a reference to Monet's water lilies. That's stunning. I love this and the hand painted of it all. If you saw on TikTok her process, and she just came up on my For You page, but so incredibly detailed, so impressed by it. Let's see. This is interesting. No, kind of feel like I've seen it before. This is cool. These are cool jackets. Yeah, just like the intricacy. Again, I think these are references to very specific pieces of art, but I love the way it's executed. I love the details, the styling. Really cool. This is interesting. What is this? That's got to be something very specific as well, a very specific reference, and I love that. And again, like it might be simple, but I know that there's a nod to the theme, and it feels like other dresses we've seen with this like kind of tight fit at the top and almost like it's falling off, but I know that there's something there. I would love to know the story behind it. That's kind of cool. Don't hate it. Let's see. We are wrapping up. This is cool. That's, again, we're giving like a lot of swan like dresses tonight, but I love just the silhouette of this. This is, again, very sculptural, very lovely. This is kind of cool. Not too like never before seen, not too revolutionary, but kind of cool. Let's see. I like this, and I love the way, you know, I love disabled representation on the carpet. It's not my favorite outfit, but she did what she did. Veil's kind of cool. Other than that, not loving it. Boring. Let's just scroll through. We're almost through, guys. there's some cool elements on this. I would love to know the story behind it. Love this incorporation of the gems. I'm thinking it's kind of being like blood or like some kind of flesh. Really cool. Love all the detailing. I mean, there's so much going on here, but in a very artistic, very detailed way. Kind of interesting. Love the hands. Other than that, doesn't feel too revolutionary though. I love the incorporation of her prosthetics and kind of making it look like almost like this gold statue, but don't love the fit of the jacket and those. I get that they're shorts to show off the prosthetics, but I wish that the fit would be like a little bit different. Rapid firing through. Feel like I've seen something like that before. That's boring. That's boring. Let's Anna Wintour. So I actually had seen this, and this is the exact same thing she's worn to the Met Gala. I believe it was the year of the camp theme. Yeah, I thought this was so interesting for her to like redo an outfit. Now, we all know Anna Wintour has a very specific style, and a lot of people don't really get it. A lot of people think like, oh, Anna Wintour, like I've heard people saying for being, you know, the all-knower of fashion or whatever you want to call her, she doesn't like really have like the trendiest or the most fashionable looks. But the thing is, Anna Wintour has this style that is so her own and so much like just her. And I think it's really like, I kind of love that she's referencing herself in a way. And again, like fashion as art, and art is, you can reference art in a way, if that makes any sense. I have a comment here that Sam Smith brings up so many emotions. I do agree with that. I do think there was just like so much going on. I'm kind of rapid firing through. I would probably go through a little bit more of his look, but I do think there's also, again, like some references to like Black Swan and things. This is kind of cool. I feel like we've seen a lot of this tonight, but I do like the detailing. Love the detailing here as well. Not sure I love the execution, but there's some nice detailing there. Don't love this execution of this outfit or the shoes, but I do think this hair is having like a very sculptural moment. Love the hair. Rapid firing through, like I said. Let's see if there's anyone else I want to talk about. There are some like cool elements and cool looks. This is pretty cool as well. I do like that. But just like, yeah, that's everyone. I think that's it, y'all. I think I'm going to wrap up the live stream because I've really talked about everybody I wanted to talk about. I know I'm going to get this question. So some of my favorites of the night, I do think that this year Kylie Jenner, who's not always my favorite, but she did really great. Sabrina Carpenter I talked about. I'm kind of trying to, let me see. There was just like, I know there were several that I stopped and I mentioned, and sometimes it's people who I don't even know, but it was just their outfits that I loved. But anybody who I stopped and I literally said, this is one of my favorites of the night, I stand by that. And I love this theme. I think this is one of the better themes we've had in the last few years. I think post-COVID, I don't think anything will really ever compare. We had Heavenly Bodies, and then right after that, we had Camp. But I do think that we saw a lot of good looks this year. I think we saw a lot of people trying. In the past, we've seen a lot of people just not even paying attention to the theme. So yeah, thank you for joining me on the 5th annual Met Gala livestream presented by Kennedy C Media. And really quick before I end the live stream, I just want to mention that Kennedy C Media was first created in 2018. It was launched with this YouTube channel, which I am so glad that you all have stuck by me, and I have more content coming to the channel. Actually, this week I was editing a video just today, not Met Gala related, other content, but it also has since expanded, and it now includes Simply Podcast Network, which if you'd like more information about that, you can visit simplypodcastnetwork.com, as well as kennedycblog.com, and we hope to keep expanding into more media-based projects. So this live stream was only possible thanks to Kennedy C Media, thanks to all of the hard work that I have been building up over the last several years, but most of all, thanks to you all, the supporters, the subscribers, the viewers, whether it's your first time watching a live stream or watching my channel, or whether it's your 100th time, your support is what allows the channel to keep going and allows me to be 5 years now doing this Met Gala live stream. And again, I wasn't even going to bring it back this year, and it was because of some really amazing people, including my friend Celeste, who's in the comments, who encouraged me to bring it back and were asking about it. And so again, as long as you all want these videos and want content like this, I will continue to bring it back. It's always my pleasure to talk about the Met Gala, and I'm sure you'll hear more about me talking about the Met Gala when I have more context. And of course, we're going to see after party looks as well. So that'll be across all of my different different platforms, but you'll hear more from me as well. I'm pretty sure my blog is where I'm going to do the after party content. So I will, if you give Kennedy C Media a like on Facebook, and you'll get updates for everything going on. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And even if you're not watching this live, feel free to leave comments. I would love to hear your favorite looks, your thoughts, your opinions. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Next year, first Monday in May, we will be back. I'm making that promise now, for our 6th annual Met Gala live stream for 2027. Can't wait. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who commented. I enjoy doing this. I love being here. Love getting to talk about fashion and do this stream for you all every year. So thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below, even if you've already. I'd love to go back and watch them later. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video.